Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7, now streaming on Twitter. Starting off with business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. Need help with your down payments? A new program is offering grants up to $22,000 for first-time home buyers in Nevada. Eligible households with low to moderate income may qualify for this 4-to-1 matching grant. The Federal Home Loan Bank of San Francisco has partnered with the Greater Nevada and Westar Credit Union to disperse $11 million in grants. Those interested can contact either Westar or the Greater Nevada Credit Union. Plus, we already gave you a glimpse of the innovative convention center loop in Vegas developed by the Elon Musk founded company. Now we're learning how much it might cost when it does open. The Boring Company saying it should be cheaper than catching an Uber, but more expensive than a bus ride. A trip from the convention center to downtown Vegas is estimated at $5, to Allegiant Stadium, $6, and the airport, $10, as you can see there.
So it's tracking to be about $2 per mile, give or take a few bucks. So this is just an initial estimate. They haven't given anything out like this before. I think this kind of arose from when people were asking how much it would cost, to take this trip after the convention center route came out.
This loop can reportedly transport 4,400 customers per hour, more than the Vegas monorail. Now to your top story, sponsored by Carnegie Heights. The case of Jorge Gomez, the man shot and killed by a Metro police officer during a Black Lives Matter protest, is coming to the limelight again. Review Journal's Renee Summerhour with more on tomorrow's fact-finding review. Renee?
Jen, a fact-finding review, which is required by Clark County ordinance, has been in place since 2013. At the review, which is open to the public and live streamed, a Clark County prosecutor will give a presentation that involves the informal questioning of the detective responsible for investigating the death. In many cases, the presentation also will include previously unreleased evidence.
We can expect to see the family there, and they'll be completely supported by community activists, police accountability activists. The ACLU will be there.
Now, Jen, after the presentation, there will be a chance to ask questions before the public and the opportunity to submit proposed questions in writing. Now, within 2 weeks, the district attorney will make a final decision on whether or not to press charges. To watch this process, log on to lvrj.com. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or Twitter or your RJ mobile app to watch the review live. Jen?
Speaking of Black Lives Matter, state lawmakers are hoping to pass a bill that focuses on police use of force. Review Journal's Kelsey Kendall explains where they are in the process.
The police use of force bill moves on to the Nevada Assembly after passing through the Senate in a 12-9 vote. Part of a Democrat-backed policing reform movement, discussion on the bill referred back to last year's Black Lives Matter protests here in Las Vegas. The bill sponsored Democrat Senator Dallas Harris, saying it focuses on de-escalation, use of rubber bullets, and more.
I'd just like to thank all of the many people on all sides of this issue who worked with me over months to develop what I think is some pretty good policy.
Voting no, Republican Senator Ira Hansen called the bill flawed.
So I'm a strong no on this just because of the basis that this really boiled down to an attack. I think the overall concept behind it is flawed.
Voting on the bill split on party lines. From the Review Journal, I'm Kelsey Kendall.
Now a check on your weather, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour is here for you. That wind finally died down today. Now let's get to your forecast for tonight. We're cooling off to the mid-50s in the later hours. Then your Friday starts off with sunny skies, highs reaching the upper 70s. Only a slight breeze coming through. Looking ahead to the weekend, Saturday looking to have partly cloudy skies with temps sticking to the mid-70s. We get back into the 80s starting on Sunday. In your health news, before we told you about the massive lines at the Cashman Center earlier this week, but look at today. As you can see, the lines have dwindled. Clark County officials now plan to close this mass vaccination site on May 5th. The Southern Nevada Health District saying the decline may be due to vaccine safety concerns after 6 women reportedly developed life-threatening blood clots after receiving the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, including a Clark County teen.
Sports, sponsored by Scenic Brewing Company. With this sports update, I'm Cassie Soto. The Raiders have released 2 starting defensive linemen. Defensive end Arden Key and defensive tackle Maurice Hurst were both released on Thursday. The pair were part of John Gruden's first draft class when he made his return to coaching in 2018. Key started 14 games last season, making 15 tackles, including 2 for loss. Hurst started 11 games and finished with 27 tackles. After being released, Hurst tweeted out, quote, "Thank you, Raider Nation, for embracing me these past 3 years. It's been an honor playing in front of you. My story is yet to be told." Sports betting, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. YouTube star Jake Paul will face former mixed martial arts star Ben Askren on Saturday night in an 8-round cruiserweight boxing match at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Paul is a -190 favorite at the Westgate Sportsbook over Askren, a +170 underdog. The total for the fight is 5.5 rounds. Paul knocked out former NBA player Nate Robinson in his second pro fight and is 2-0 with 2 knockouts. Askren is 19-2-1 in MMA matches, but this is his first pro boxing bout.
On to your entertainment news, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada, bringing the love of music, arts, and heritage together. The West Las Vegas Arts Center now featuring these 2 15-foot-tall sculptures of 2 women of color. If you look closer, their headscarves are adorned with masks, dancers, paint palettes, and music notes. You can call these sculptures the Queen of Arts, designed by international artists Gus and Lina Ocampo Silva. The unveiling ceremony including Mayor Carolyn Goodman and other community members. In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Get Healthy Clark County, this house on sale in the Elite Rancho Circle neighborhood has been trending all day on our website, hitting the market with a $2.95 million price tag. It comes with a rare find in Southern Nevada, a basement, and this beautiful waterfall, resort-style pool and spa. Also, Mojave Max decided today was a beautiful day to come out of his burrow, signaling the start of spring here in the Vegas Valley. This is his second latest emergence on this April 15th, the very latest being April 17th back in 2012. Looks like winter is officially over, at least according to Mojave Max. That ends our 7 at 7 p.m. show from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. I'm Jen Ah. Watch us on the RJ mobile app, Twitter, or our website. Plus, you can catch 7 at 7 a.m. bright and early. Until then, sleep tight.
Review-Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.